All right. You can go ahead.
Yes.
Beatrice.
Good morning, all the wonderful, magnificent, and extraordinary people. Thank you for joining this morning to our EMC. For the newcomers and also people who watch on YouTube, EMC is Empowering Morning Conversation, guided by veteran trainer Sukdeep Malwai. What do we do here? We, bunch of people, believe that all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And we believe that it is possible. Just by believing, we just don't stay there. We also do a lot of work here. What do we do here? We work to come out from default mode to creative mode. And we are all learning a lot of tools to becoming a possibility seeker rather than possibility creators. And this initiative started during the COVID period, where our main objective is to dissipate negativity which comes from the circumstance and the environment, in fact, from our own close people. We work very hard to dissipate negativities. After doing all these things, with the help of Sukdeep Malwai, we learned certain tools to increase our focus and increase our energy. That is where the secret lies to get success on whatever we want. So this is a journey we have been doing it, and it's a miraculous journey and magical journey where everyone is participating, getting benefit out of it. So here we are in another important empowering morning conversation. The beauty of this empowering morning conversation is it has got a lot of great contributing, influencing people in it. And everybody is coming forward and contributing to the group and helping us to empower. So today we have a great person whom I admire and honor very much, great speaker, great influencer. Induji is with us to help us to start a day in a very right note. Without taking much time, I want to hand over the mic to Induji. Induji, good morning, over to you.
Good morning, Vetriji, and very, very warm welcome and happy morning to all our friends here who have joined us today. Yes. It only gets better and better connecting with all of you every other time that we meet in this space, isn't it? Nothing has changed in terms of the warmth, the love, the encouragement. And everything has changed, isn't it? Our thoughts, our feelings, our behavior. So no one is the same after going through one learning experience. And when we come back another day, it's a whole new us, isn't it? So let us look at how can we take this forward and get better in every way possible. On that note, I'd like you all to ask yourself, what is it that you want right now, which you do not have already? Please share, Prasadji.
Ma'am, I want to have more focus on whatever I wish to do. That is lacking. Ma'am.
Okay. So Shiv Prasadji is saying focus. I want to remind you, there are so many areas where you have got results, isn't it? Whether it is work front, personal front, in your social circle. You pulled off many projects before. Clearly, you must have displayed certain amount of focus every time you put your mind to doing something, right?
Yes, ma'am, but I need to have more focus on where I need to put.
Yes, yes. So if you focus on the question itself now, what is it that you want that you do not have already? So deep down, there is a belief saying, I do not have focus or I lack focus. We'll just stay with it and just progress during the course of the session, see what opens up or what shifts for you, right? Yes, Vetiji, you had your hand raised. You would like to share?
I come from the same question, Ji. I'm not able to find out which I don't have. I have something, but I want to tune up, which is control. I want to have more control over my life, over myself, over things.
Okay, control. Yeah, like you said, maybe carry the same template while you're working through this. That have I had control over my life, myself, other things sometime in the past or in some areas which I am overlooking, right? Look at what are the areas where you have control, where you have had or exhibited that state of being at some time before, right? Okay. Now, what is it that comes in the way between you and what you want to have? There is something you'll want. What comes in the way of you getting the life that you want, the friend that you want, the person, the partner that you want, the project that you want, money that you want, anything that you want? What stands in the way?
I think my survival mode is standing in my way.
So will you elaborate, and even in your journal, for you to get more clarity, what is that you mean by your survival mode?
That is, most of the time I attend the regular thing what I'm supposed to do. Instead of thinking about the possibilities, thinking about the options available and creating the more possibilities.
Okay. So you're saying, would it be right to say that you do the bare minimum, what needs to be done, and to go beyond that, that extra mile of what else can I do? That is what is coming in the way, to stay with what is basic or need, bare essential. Okay, that's good awareness. Wonderful. So now let me ask you the question. This is for everyone. Work with your issues, okay? What is it that you most want at this point? One area, one issue. Deep down, if this is something that is sorted, my life is sorted. If I have had, if I got it, then I feel complete. What is it?
Can I answer, ma'am?
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. In my view, it's a delegating work.
So if you're in a position to delegate, then you're sorted. That's what you feel? Okay. Noted. So others, please look into your area. If there's one goal, one person whom you want something with, if I get this, then I'm done. I'm complete. I feel happy. I'm done. Have you all got that? So please acknowledge a thumbs up or wonderful. Now, what is it that robs you of joy? What is it that makes you feel incomplete? Yes, Hasina ji.
Yeah, the negative thoughts and there's quite turmoil in my life now because my granddaughter is going away to Ireland. My grandson is going away to Calcutta. And my daughter-in-law is not very sound in the mind because of all that. So I feel that I have to take the brunt of all of this.
I can
That's what's
imagine.
bothering me.
I can imagine how it must be. Okay. In a way, are you resisting any of this?
Yes, I am. I don't know how I will stay without my grandchildren because they are with me for so long. Of course, my grandson has been going off and on to Calcutta because now it's only 2 more months for him to be there. Then he will be here for good. So I keep thinking of that positive point that I only have to wait like that for 2 months.
Yes.
So I try my best to say it's only 2 months. It's only 2 months. But
Yes.
my granddaughter is going away for a long time. So, and she's the life of our house.
I can imagine.
So that's what's bothering me a lot.
Will it do her good by her?
Yes, very much.
What are the possibilities that will open up for her if she went and pursued what she wants?
No, I'm very happy for her.
Yeah.
And I really want her to go, but it's only me how I will be able to handle it.
Yes. What will it take for you to be in allowance of what's opening up for them, the possibilities and the life that they will create?
Yeah, but for them it is good, and I'm happy on that point. Yeah. But I'm only when I think of myself, I feel sad.
Will it make you happy if you were to know that they deep down they are happy?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. So will you hold on to that joy?
Myself. All right. Okay. Right. Yeah. You're right.
How beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Have you all put down what is it that is corroding the joy from your lives? Like Hasina ji just shared, what is it that she's experiencing? Have you all got that one thing that is, in your opinion, right now, being corrosive of the joy that you can have in your life? A thumbs up if you have got that noted. Please use the thumbs up icon or come on video and signal so I will know. Okay. Okay.
Repeat, ma'am. I didn't understand.
You had answered. I was just checking with others if they've figured out what is it that is robbing them of their joy in life. Okay, great. Now, while looking at your previous responses, this one and the one before that, what is opening up for you? What gives you joy and what robs you of joy? What is it that is coming to your mind when you're looking at what you have written? Yes, where did you go ahead?
See, it is coming as an insight and probably coming from my studies and just validate me because it solves a lot of questions. There is a concept called loving from the distance.
Okay.
Earlier, I studied that concept only to deal with the people who are maybe not with our frequency or not with our energy, but still we can love with distance. But when you have conversation with Hasina ji, I relate with some of the relationship, but I'm also a migrant sitting away from my family. If we tune up to that energy of, it goes little spiritual also. If you are able to do loving from a distance. That is opening up. I can love everyone with a little distance and bless and go.
Okay. So that is giving you joy or that is robbing you of joy?
No more robbing.
Okay. So that's some kind of a consolation.
Excellent. Yes, sir, exactly.
Is it giving you joy?
I believe that it is the finite joy. And of course, there is a pain inside. You smelled it.
Because when something sparks joy in us, it is visible enough for us to become aware of it, right? And we express it in a different way. Here we have learned to do good with it. There's something that makes us really happy. There's something that makes us unhappy, perhaps. And we find a mid path. Okay, this is the best I can manage. So the response that you gave resonated more with that space rather than something that is sparking joy. That is why I checked with you.
Thank you very much. I got the answer.
Yeah. So now for others, while you have written down what is it that's giving you joy and what is it that is corroding it, do you notice that you have pinned something to experiencing joy? If I have this, then I feel complete and I will feel joyful. There is a person, if I have this person, or if I have a great relationship with this person, then I will feel joy. I will experience joy. Or if I have got this promotion, this job, this location, this recognition, this award, then I feel a sense of joy. If I complete this task, if I have done, even if it can be even a spiritual pursuit, if I have done so many number of chants, if I have done n number of Surya Namaskars, then I will allow myself to experience joy. Are there conditions attached to your experiencing joy? Yes, Gautamji, yes, please go ahead.
Yes, we went to our son at Sydney. The photographer coming on the backside.
Oh, yes.
So that time it was our life was very joyful. But when we came back India, we lost our joy. And every day we think that for our grandson, we are missing him. And especially my missus, she became very sad. And I can tell you, she is having some problem with the hand humoring or left hand humoring.
Okay.
When we went there, it was totally gone. But when came back India, again it started coming. This is it. We discussed with the doctor. He told it is a psychological. Where he was happy and like that. So I thought I should share the experience with you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing. We'll look at it in a little more detail.
Please.
Yes.
So, any suggestion how to overcome this situation?
As we go ahead in the discussion, see what comes up for you, and then we can connect if should you need more. So he just shared how he has, or him and his wife have pinned their experience of joy with having to visit his son and grandchild. Yes. Now, I think part of it he answered. What is it that is robbing of that joy? That also he answered beautifully. When he came back, it somehow disappeared or evaporated because the vacuum of not having the son and the grandchild is causing some pain in her. So again, is it evident for everyone here that we have pinned some attribute for joy and missing it also? It is external, isn't it? There is some stimulus and there is a reaction here. So there is an external factor tied to experiencing joy. So far with me, have you all got that? So as long as joy is tied to another person, another incident from happening, or another situation, if there is an attribution like that, the presence of it will ensure joy. And like Gautamji beautifully brought the example, the absence of it will rip you off that joy. So now joy has become sadly conditional.
Yes.
If this is,
And my wife, especially, she is in depression. I'm busy with the external work, so it not affect that much to me. But
yes,
my wife, she's a housewife, and she became depressed. In the today morning also, after getting
yeah,
up, totally every time I was get up, I'll see the face, remember my grandson, and he became
yeah,
depressed.
we sure do understand.
Thank you.
Yes. So this is the classic example, typical example of how many of us have attached our experience of joy with some factor, right? And in the wake of that happening, we will ensure it. And if there is a struggle in manifesting it, there is joy is put on hold, no waiting room. Until I get this, I will wait, behold. And even worse, once this is not possible, then joy is also becoming an impossible option or an indefinite thing. Sometimes even worse. Once this has got accomplished, boxes ticked, the joy disappears for some people. As long as I want to have this post, as long as I want to become supervisor, then this joy is valid. Once I become that, at that point something shifts, and now I want to become foreman. Now I want to become team leader. Now I want to become general manager. Now I want to become CEO. And then this joy is again conditioned to be tied up with another accomplishment or another milestone. So it becomes pushed away. Now your joy becomes hanging at the mercy of another incident or another accomplishment. As long as this is the sorry state of affairs, I'm using the word joy. Peace. Some people will ask for peace of mind. I wish for peace of mind. I want a sense of calm, serenity, happiness. You could substitute with any of these. Huh? Love. So I'm once again coming back to sticking to joy. You can relate to anything that you want to put in its place. Now, joy will depend on all of this. And that will call the shots, my dear friends. When that happens, when another person is being good to you, you will experience this. If they turn their back, then this will vanish. If they are being helpful, you will experience happiness. If they are, for some reason, if they are dealing with their life and not available, your happiness is vanishing. Like we heard from a couple of our friends here, son is around, daughter is around, happiness is around. When they leave, no happiness. So it becomes so very volatile. And therefore, we have no control over it. And no matter what you do in terms of accumulating your awareness, your other practices, if this is a belief system that we hold deep down, then it will continue to be so volatile, isn't it? It will evaporate. The moment that external factor is not in the scene, there is no scope for joy. And only when that is available, this is experientially possible. Just look at the case of, some other instances where a spouse believes that the partner gives them so much joy. So only having the partner will give me joy, right? That is why life becomes a complete shunya when, long-standing partners pass on and they're no longer there. Some partners even immediately after the demise of the husband or the wife leave because nothing else is left of life for them, right? And sometimes when they miss a parent, a child, or someone very close to, all the joy in their life has vanished. And that vacuum, they have no other ways of meeting those needs in a healthy way. Like someone, Shiv Prasadji was also saying, no, thinking what else is possible is a challenge sometimes. So, okay, now if this is the way I have been filling my quotient, my reservoir of joy, this is not available, then what else? That possibility becomes very limited for few. So are you all willing to look at one step further than what else? Right now, shall we? Great. So one progression, yes, is to look at what other ways can I have my needs met, right? That is transitory yet. We will have to eventually move towards another state. Right now, we'll get introduced to one stop in between, which is, if this is the way in which I get my needs of joy met, then what else is a healthy way in which I can get this need of mine met? Ask yourself and put it down. What else can I do to be in allowance, to be in that receptive mode of peace, joy, happiness? How else can I derive it? Look into your lives and find out, how else can I derive joy? And right now, if you notice, on screen, some of you are on camera. What a serious business it is to be fun loving, isn't it? Yes, now there's a shift and I do see some, smiles. So how difficult and complicated even inviting joy seems to be, isn't it? Laborious to invite joy. That's what needs to shift first. How do I joyfully invite joy? Like attracts right? A sad, dull person. Do we evoke laughter or joy when we are that? Whom do we naturally gravitate to in a party? Someone who's, being scornful, skeptical look on the face, grumbling about something, complaining, brooding, cursing. Do we go towards them, or do we want to naturally move towards someone who's, the life of the party, someone who's spreading joy, love? Where do we go? And it would be a good reminder to tell us to be that. We look for that person who can give us joy, right? Who can lift us up. What if we learn to become that? So we will gravitate others towards us, be in a space of being that provider. Even if not others, what you wanted, the first response, what you said, what you want, you will attract all of that into your life, being in this fountain of that space of joy, love yourself. Okay. Yeah. Meanwhile, someone raised their hands to share.
See, it's everywhere.
Go ahead.
Actually, it is leading me to an open space where question is beautiful question. What else can I do to be in that receptive mode to derive joy? Then I go into question mode that I want that relationship, or I want this person, people, but I want only joy. I don't want anything else.
Yeah.
Something like it goes something. It is also not reasonable, right? And lighter, not less. Also, Tamil comedy things. Irukka illiya. Irukra mari irukku illada mari.
Yeah. Happy and Abi. And in the language of that is a very common understanding here for our friends at EMC. What is it that you need to put in that place to receive, to be in? Others can help because he's in the hot seat.
We call it allowance.
Absolutely. Did you get that, Vetriji? So be in that allowance. No? So you want it in one particular way, isn't it? That joy they need to confirm certain criteria for you to receive it. So the other side, like Puranji just helped us with allowance. What is it that you are doing to not be in allowance? You are? What are you doing?
Some of my expectation are pre-templates, like it should be like this.
So
my wife, my friends having this, why not I?
Does anyone want to again?
We do resist actually.
The conditions. This is called conditional love.
Yeah. You're getting, I asked for one, you're getting a couple of them. Vetriji, pick what is it for you? Okay. So Kananji says resisting, Shiv Prasad is saying conditions, and you yourself said, expectation. And what I was wanting to show you is this is how you're blocking what is coming your way, what could be possible for you, right? So you are blocking that joy by having these filters. That receiving abundance is getting blocked because there is a condition applied to this is how I want it. If universe is planning to give you dollars and you are fixated on only receiving dirhams, then we got to do something about it, right? Yes, Gurunandanji, please go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning, Induji, and to everybody. So, Induji, what I am receiving for myself is that it all boils down to the thoughts that we have, and how can we manage our thoughts way, because both positive and negative thoughts are bound to come. How do we evade? How do we find ways to manage our negative thoughts, and we have to convert them into positive? We can't stop negative thoughts coming in, but how we convert them into positive thoughts and find joy, answers, and find the new possibilities, and all the success in that. So converting negative thoughts into positive is consciously, and then it starts happening subconsciously. That's that's my receiving.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm offering in response to your question something that I am holding as template. Okay. Richard Bach says the solution to all the problems are within the problem itself. Like, elementary school children know very well because they've been trained to read the question carefully. Mothers also kept telling, read the question properly, better. Read the question properly. Your teachers also said, the answer, you will find the answer, the question itself, especially maths problems, typically, they will say, okay, solve this. If this is the outer carpet area, this is the inside, in mensuration sum, they will tell you everything clearly, this is that and this is that. Then what is it when this is removed? All you have to do is follow the path and you will arrive at. Of course, some amount of practice and application of a technique is involved, but the question will lead you to the answer, isn't it? Like that, you put out a question and you gave all the answers also. You said, okay, how do we evade thoughts? That's what you asked. Okay. And then you said, how do I prevent? Okay. And then beautifully you moved towards your awareness kicked in, right? While you were asking, and you said, but we can't really stop the thoughts because evading is to escape from thoughts. But your intelligence took over and you said, yeah, we can't really stop the thoughts. And then from that point, you refined it, isn't it? With your awareness that you already have accumulated. You said, I need to perhaps convert the negative ones. They are not serving me well. How do I convert it into positive ones? So do you see how you have found answers to your questions while just staying with it?
Correct. Yeah.
And you perhaps don't even need me, actually speaking. And so is the case for all other friends. If we stayed long enough with our questions, we will find our answers ourselves, actually. What happens is we get overwhelmed with the burden of our own questions. Either we distract ourselves quickly into something else, talking to somebody, lifting something else, watching television, just moving out of the place or something, or distract ourselves with some other work so that we don't have to visit it. Sometimes we know, excuse me, deep down, if we look deeper, we'll find the answer. And we don't want to commit to it. So we will not delve deeper into those questions. If I know what I should not be doing, and if I really get it, I will have to stop doing that. If I know this is really hazardous, I have to stop being insensitive to somebody. I will get the answer. Therefore, I will not go into it. Let's say if I eat my eating habits, if I should not be eating these things, okay, if somebody is diabetic, if they know that they should, the more knowledge they accumulate over it will lead them towards quitting all of that. The same goes for quitting smoking, alcohol, drugs, weeds, everything. The more they read up, the more they associate with people who will tell them that this is not good for them. If they stay in that space, they will quit. They have the intelligence to stop. But they will not stay long enough with that in that space, because they will have to commit to it if they come to understand it or if they get it. So you ask now, what is the belief system? Maybe your work demands you to have a lot of thoughts, thinking. Now, if you stop those thoughts, if you tamper it, maybe there's a fear I will run out of ideas tomorrow. So I have to entertain so many thoughts to pick which is good for me. So maybe I don't want to get into that work of, quieten the mind. Maybe it may not be, but I'm just saying, maybe if I reduce the amount of thoughts, maybe the ideas that flow with it will also come down. So I don't want to go and tinker that, So just see what's the belief there. And to the other question about, it's another whole discussion for another day. In fact, I've done one session also exclusively on that, but I'll just give you one flavor of that. You asked, how do I convert negative thoughts into positive thoughts? For others also, maybe there's material up in the net also, look up. What people recognize as ANTs, A-N-T, automatic negative thoughts. This is what the brain is generating by nature, like we all come from this hunting and gathering ancestral historical background where humans were tuned to look out for danger, for predators. So we are tuned to watch out for what is threatening, what is dangerous. Therefore, we can be alert. Okay. So if he was not the early caveman, if he was not alert, tomorrow he would have become the breakfast of some beast, right? So he had to watch out for danger. So by nature, we were tuned to be suckers for, okay, threat. Therefore, what is my strategy? So we start looking out for, okay, what's not working, what's dangerous, what's causing harm. So the negative thoughts will get generated automatically. So now where we need to train ourselves is to replace these negative thoughts with positive ones, which was your question. So how do we do it? Like you're doing with training your muscle now, with so many right brain activation and so many memory techniques. There is nothing, like you said, there's no, Harry Lawrence says, in developing a superpower brain, he says, there's nothing like good memory, bad memory, there's only a trained memory. So similarly, there's like, once we start dropping, this is positive thought, this is negative thought, they are just thoughts. And this is our point of view, isn't it? What's negative thought for you can be positive thought for someone else. Like, I am developing a bioweapon. For me, it's like marvelous creation sitting in the laboratory as a scientist. Someone there from human rights is saying, what a disaster you have created. So what is positive thought for me, negative thought for someone else? And the same, you don't even have to go for hydrogen bombs, even knives, even kitchen knives. how I use it makes all the difference, right? I want to chop vegetables, serve food, it has a positive connotation. I want to stab someone tomorrow, that's a negative connotation. Stabbing someone who can cause mass destruction, like an army man would use a knife for, that's again a good, he's hailed as a hero. Do we see how the same act can be viewed very differently moving on? So thought is thought. First standpoint. So it's my point of view that is coloring it as this is negative thought, this is positive thought. So that would be the first move that I want to leave everyone with. And then we will graduate to how do I replace. The second thing that I could also offer right away is for, okay, to replace this one may be very tedious and laborious, but as a starter, if I'm having one, let me bombard it with 9 positive thoughts. So at least the effect will get taken care of in some way. If I've hurt someone, okay, let me compliment, let me give them a, make them feel good by saying 10 other things that are nice about them. That will automatically shift the space and energy. Yes, Rashmiji, I see your hand up.
Yeah, no, Induji, I think you encapsulated it very well. I just wanted to add that it's always, what distinguishes us humans from the other species is our ability to choose.
Mm-hmm.
So all the exposure that I have in this field says that, thoughts are something that you cannot avoid. Whether positive, negative, whatever connotation, meanings we want to give to it is fine.
Yes.
But at the end of it, it's the choice that each and every one of us has the ability to exert and say that, okay, in my opinion, if there's a negative thought coming to me for the negative use of this knife, how can I change it, or how can I grow out of that negative? And that is that that one moment of choice that each and everyone has the ability to exert, and it starts with awareness, right? So in my opinion, we cannot, our minds are trained to give meanings to our experiences, but we have the choice of what meaning that we want to give to those experiences. So I think that's what distinguishes us, and I think that's what we can go towards, because I think the judgment space, in my opinion, is that saying that, oh, I'm having negative thoughts and that's bad, right? Because thoughts are going to flow no matter what you do. The thoughts are going to flow. That's how we are designed as humans. But it's the ability to be discerning, it's the ability to choose, it's ability to be able to turn those thoughts around that distinguishes us.
Totally nailed it. Thank you for sharing. Isn't that so? I think she has in a way summarized it once again for all of us, our benefit, right? Beautiful, Rashmiji. Thank you. Yes, Konanji, please go ahead.
Thank you, Indoji, Rashmiji, and all. Great session going on. Just wanted to add on quickly. It reminds me a quote from Sufi scholar Rumi. He says that the wound is the place where the light enters you. When I had read this quote, I was thinking, and I really got the meaning. And that's what is, as a humans, the life is all about. We'll be definitely going through the different situations, challenges, and the moments which we don't like, heartbroken, and some painful meanings we give to the situation. So, as a human being, we need to remember this. The wound is the place where the light enters you. And as you rightly mentioned, explained that what exactly is the message. And Sukhdeep Malvi sir always mentioned this, that every experience in your life is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. So if the thoughts are coming something negative, which I am not liking it, that's basically an experience. So Sukhdeepak sir says that experience the experience. And that's what the Rumi says here, that find the light in the wound. And when we are aware in the present moment, we might find the light. So beautiful conversation and great topic, ma'am. Thank you so much for enlightening us.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful indeed, right? In fact, a very similar statement by Leonard Conrad also. He says, crack is where the light gets in. So people have a resistance towards cracks, and very similar to what you put. That's the place where light, otherwise you're blocking the whole chunk. If there's a wall is perfect. So embracing imperfection can provide scope for learning and improvement, right? So when we know we have made a mistake, that's the only way we learn and get better at it. If we are quite okay with things being okay, it will remain okay. But for it to move from okay to something that is more profound, beautiful, greater, then some cracks will have to show up for us to work and get better at. Shiv Prasad ji, is that something that's a cue for what you had mentioned earlier? I have this thing of doing what is needed, bare minimum, and that's fine. And to move beyond, maybe invite those stucknesses, invite those, or rather embrace those mistakes that show up in your workplace also. That will help you crack that so that you get moved to that next level, right? Maybe just explore for a while and see if that is any help. Okay, so to just wrap up for today's session, we spoke about what gives us joy and what takes away the joy, and how it is tied. When it is tied to something external, it is very volatile in nature. Now, how do we experience it without having to be so shaky, without it being conditional? What I have found, being in the space of masters, teachers, gurus, my personal experiences, seeing so many clients for years, all I have come to understand is joy, peace, love are our very core of being. They are at the very core of our essential being. It is not something that we acquire if this happens. Therefore, we do not lose it ever in the absence of something. This is what we are. In our very being, in our existence, there is peace. By just virtue of being, we are radiating love. Similarly, at the very core of us is peace. So joy, love, peace, these are core essence of us beings. So no matter what happens, what do not happens, we have access to it. Vice is our life force itself takes shoot from this. Not just you or me. All of us here in this room are even here. Everyone for that matter in this planet is around because existentially we came from a sense of love. We come from an experience of peace, joy. So it is within. A mango tree that takes shoot from that mango seed, it doesn't have to go looking for a mango seed ever. It's there at its very core, isn't it? That in essence, it is a mango tree that's come from that seed. So that's what it is for us. Love, peace, joy. So we somehow in the wake of moving towards life, we have accumulated a belief system perhaps that if this is there, there will be joy. If this is not there, there will not be peace. That is a filter that we have brought upon us. All we have to do is, it's just as simple as removing these filters. And what will remain is again the very core essence of your being, love, peace, and joy. So we just have to get in touch with that. So like Guru Nandanji was just pointing out, if we even quieten the barrage of thoughts, we will leave us with some time to connect within. That's all we need, to hold long enough with yourself. Live with yourself and you will experience that joy. Yes, Shiv Prasad.
Yeah,
Take
okay.
that and close. Yes, Hasina ji, shall we?
Yeah, one second. I just want, after the whole session, I have come to think now that when my granddaughter has gone, my only thought has to be that how she's going to benefit. If that is the point that I arrive at the end of the day, that's going to give me happiness all the days that she's there.
How beautiful.
So I have really understood this, and I'm going to be very happy about it. Thank you.
You're going to be happy, or are you already?
I am happy. I am happy.
Lovely.
Getting my answer. Thank you so very much.
I'm so glad we could all be part of this journey for you.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking the time, initiative to even share it with us. That makes this discussion complete, right? From where it started. Yes, Shiv Prasad ji, please go ahead and share.
I just want to add, positiveness is also in the core of our being, ma'am.
Absolutely. You're saying that as a statement, that also is part?
I believe it.
Oh, yes. And whatever we believe, we hold on and we exhibit that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tamil, there's a saying, "Ennam pol vaalkai." So whatever is your belief, that's what your life is. You believe this is what you are, this is what things are, this is what people are, and that is, so be it. That's what they are. What you believe they are is what they are for you in your reality. Whatever you believe you are is what you are. And similarly, what you believe life is, and that is your reality for you.
Yeah, excuse me. I would like to say, Induji, you have really set me free.
You set yourself
Literally.
free. I only use the fulcrum here, a bit of a tool there, some raking up was done, some nudging was done. You set yourself free.
Yeah, but that it was your doing that made me free. Yeah, I'm
happy.
So happy.
I embrace this compliment that you are giving and making my day. I don't want you to discount your presence and your work there. That's what I want. So let's say we did it. And all of us here also provided that space and energy for you to be in that flow, and you chose to set yourself.
Yes.
How profound. I think if anything that happened today, I think this is a beautiful takeaway for me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, for me too.
Yes. So on that note, I will hand over. Yes, Kunanji, Vetiji, you may share, and then we'll hand it over to the host. Yes.
Thank you, Niji. For me, the takeaway is that peace is not the highest goal in life. It is the most fundamental requirement. And this begins with a smile. So
yeah,
keep smiling. Thank you so much. Back to you, Vetri.
और थोड़ा और फाइन ट्यूनिंग अगर करना चाहोगे, then not even a requirement, it's a given. Like Sukdeepak sir would say, it's a done deal. ये पीस तो है ही आपके पास. Requirement क्या है? It's not a need for you to get. You already have a fountain of it. All you have to do is to just be in that allowance, to experience that fountain of joy. Beautiful. I'll hand it over to the host on that account. And I'll take leave, thanking each one of you for such valuable presence and beautiful reception. Just made it better. Like we set out to achieve, we have made it better than it can get. Thank you. Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, Binduji.
Kamalji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, million.
Thank you. You made my day. Thank you.
We take a minute, everybody possible, unmute it and express thank you to this.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Wonderful, Iduji. I take a quick minute to close the session.
Sure.
Before that, I want to put two words. One is, I can also suggest, or we can also suggest to Sukhdeepak ji, because Iduji is often coming and giving. We can, on a lighter note, we can consider changing this name into Empowering Morning Conversation into Everyday Magic Creation. Because the moment you come in, we didn't know that what is going to be there, but now we all see that we have witnessed the magic. Not only to Hasina ji. Hasina ji is very accomplished and acknowledging on the spot. We maybe got it and we are just holding it. I will not give credit to you. I will something on a later note. Second quick thing which I will read it from Jim Rohn. When he was not doing and his coach came and he changed him, that conversation was, how are you doing? Not very well, sir. What is your financial level? I spend more, save little. Then Jim Rohn's coach asked him, who sold you this plan? Can I ask you something? Stop doing it anymore. So these are the two questions I got from your session, that we are embodiment of joy. And who sold this plan to us that we need joy from others? Thank you for the greatest clarity, and keep doing it to more people, because the world needs it. And
Please
wishing you all the best.
come more often.
Yes. With that, Sairi, you have quickly.
Thank you.
We will close the session. Oh, thank you very much on behalf of everyone in the.
Thank you so much. Yes, Hasina ji, all of your love and generosity of Sukhdeepak sir, God willing, I will definitely be here more often.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I will take leave. I don't want to be troubling and bothering Kunenji. I will catch up tomorrow to hear from him also. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thank you.
God bless.